When you went into the studio, the early Beatles stuff, you're just there to be the best band that you can be. And then you start to discover making the studio an instrument. When Apple TV Plus first launched, they came to me and there was a TED Talk that I had done on sampling. So they're like, we want to do a show that's educational, but also a lot of fun about music. And I guess in my sampling TED Talk, you know, it gets a little nerdy and into the technology, but then we also talk about the link between Biggie and Miley Cyrus and Lottie Dottie and these things that maybe as a just a music fan you would never have thought of it like that until, you know, that's what we're hoping to achieve. So making something that like people who live this stuff, technology, auto tune, distortion, synthesizers, and then people who just love music and want to know why their favorite records sound like that. The soundtrack is coming. I've been in the studio with Lizzo, which has been fantastic. She's so incredibly talented in her musicality and her like harmonies and her songwriting, her melodic approach is just like I really didn't know that she was as amazing as she is. So that's been great. And just working on a new album and this show. There was not even any time really to think on this one. I went to sleep that night, 4 in the morning. She came back the next day. I had no idea if she's gonna like it or not. And she was just like, yeah, I like it. Like she never like gave up too much. And then she went in the back room. We only said goodbye with words. Well, you know, I'm actually back in the studio because I recently moved back to New York, and I'm, funnily enough, back in the same studio where I first met Amy, and we wrote Back to Black like that first night. So she's, I mean, she's always all around me musically because it's, you know, it was the first thing that I did that really put me on the map. It would set the bar for, you know, I'm not ever going to make another record like Back to Black, but she was so pure and true to, and genuine about music. It's crazy going to work every day and taking the elevator like, oh, this is literally the stoop where I met Amy 15 years ago. And I'm really grateful. You know, I miss her. She was hilarious and she was a great friend.